most people don't move past 50 kilometers from where they are born. Here we have 96 Lost.
Yes,
He's our today's guest, and his real name is Dan. For those of you who might not know his real name, most people know 96 Lost.
Yeah.
So his real name is Dan, and Dan has traversed the journey with his Land Cruiser, the two-door Land Cruiser, the short chest Land Cruiser. And it's the content is so good that once you start watching his content, you will not stop till you get to the finish line. So he literally shows the beautiful scenery of our country, Kenya, and he shows what people might have not seen, or what the news doesn't show you, or what normal mainstream media doesn't show you.
Yeah.
The beauty of Kenya in terms of terrain, in terms of the rivers we have, in terms of the lakes we have, the mountains, the hills, the vegetation, the forests and everything. So Dan, I'm more than happy to welcome you to our podcast channel today. And maybe you can tell us a bit about yourself. Maybe you might be knowing, maybe I've missed out on something.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, glad to be here. So my name is Dan, as you've heard, 96 Lost. And I started this adventure journey a while back, and it's been going great so far. I still have a lot to cover, and me and my Land Cruiser, we're traveling around the country, just showcasing what we have, and it's what I love. So it doesn't look like work to me. So it's amazing.
And you're quite a loner, like you travel alone. You don't want to travel with convoys. You don't prefer traveling with people. You just like traveling alone.
Yeah.
Why is that so?
One, it's easier. So I hate planning. Planning, planning for an adventure kind of ruins it, because you tend to just follow what you've planned, or if something goes wrong, like you feel like you've wasted that adventure, right? But when you're traveling alone, you can just make spontaneous decisions. Like you can just go to specific places without conferring with anyone.
Yeah, so you don't explore more. You when you're planning, you don't tend to explore more.
Yeah.
Or you don't tend to explore beyond what you know.
Yeah, because you tend to consider everyone. People have to go back. People are afraid of some routes, or have different type of cars. So it's an entire process when you have to plan with a group.
So why the name 96 Lost? Why that specific name?
So I was born in 96, and I was born to get lost.
That's a pretty way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah, so adventure is my thing. I've always loved adventure since I was a kid. So
tell us more about your background. Where are you born? Where do you come from? What drove into the passion of getting lost?
So I am from Rift Valley, and ever since I was a kid, I was born in the village, and out there you tend to explore from a young age. You go to follow random rivers. You go just trying to find out what lies around your environment, right? And with that, my spirit for adventure really grew. And also while I was a kid, I got to experience the Land Cruiser, how it performs in the mud, in those remote roads, right?
So your dad had a Land Cruiser, or there was a Land Cruiser?
No, there was a Land Cruiser around. We were farmers. Where we come from, and as a kid, I used to drive a tractor. And a Land Cruiser is
more like a tractor.
It's more like a tractor. But how it performed on the road, like the Land Cruisers I saw back in the day, I was really impressed, and I wanted to own one.
Now I want to put you to test one of your journeys. I know you do. You are a lone mover. You like traveling alone.
Yes.
But one day I want to come with my Discovery.
Yeah.
After I've done a full 4x4 spec on it.
Yeah.
And of course, as you know, we are building your Precision Automotive is building the Land Cruiser now to be a proper off-roader as well.
Yes.
So sorting the body, the everything out in that Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
So do you think my Discovery will meet up to the task?
So for most destinations, actually, they are fairly accessible, and Yeah, the Discovery is a proper 4x4, especially if you just do.
Finally, someone agrees that a Discovery is a proper 4x4.
Yeah, like I'm not a diehard like Land Cruiser fan, but it is a proper car, the Discovery. Like when I was looking for a car, before, I was considering a Land Cruiser, a Patrol, or a Defender. So any car in that range like will work, and the Discovery is closer to the Defender, and it will perform in the off-road.
So you have heard it. You guys have heard it from the man himself that the Discovery can perform on those roads. And you see, and this is all what you're going to do. You're going to debunk the myth out there that certain cars cannot perform over certain cars. You know, it's how you've spec'd your car up. It's how you've built your car up,
Yes.
and also your driving skills. And you know, I feel it's more of being fearless.
Yes.
Because adventures is more of being fearless.
Yes.
But if you fear that my car will break down here and my car will do this here, and you will never travel, right?
Yes, you will never.
So despite what your car had, like right now, we have noticed that it's got so many engine leaks and so many issues with the divs. You don't have lockers, you don't have like a proper spec, but you have done so much that otherwise someone with a fully kitted 4x4 will not even go into the bush.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm truly and really inspired by by what you do out there, and the everything that you showcase, and how you shoot your videos and everything.
Yeah.
And when we first met, you told me that you are working for an IT company.
Yeah.
What was your salary and why did you leave the job?
So I am a software engineer by profession.
Where did you study?
Somewhere around here.
He doesn't want to mention them.
I studied in Machakos University, but I dropped out as a software and just started doing software engineering. I did maths and computer science as a course, but I dropped out and did software engineering. So I am a software engineer by profession. I've been working like a lot of remote jobs in the US and the UK. But at the end of the day, some of these jobs feel very repetitive and
monotonous.
Monotonous. Like you get to a point where you don't feel any fulfillment, I'd say. So I chose to go back to my passion, which is
and those were well-paying jobs, right?
Yeah, well-paying jobs.
Yeah.
That is where I was able to get a car for the things I want to do, which is adventure.
Cool stuff. So as you can see, guys, and for the audience out there, it's all about, when you follow your passion, you can also make money out of it, right? And your passion doesn't have to be boring, or the work you do doesn't have to be boring.
Yes.
Yeah. And there are people who are passionate about software engineering. They are used to that monotonous life, that the repetitive tasks and all that. But for you, you followed a different path.
Yeah.
And you are also making considerable amount of money out of it, right?
Yeah. So at the moment, the overlanding thing is self-sufficient. It pays itself, and it's able to sustain me. And it's more fulfilling at the point to where I do not want to go back to my software engineering life. I might do it as a hobby now, the software engineer.
The roles are reversed.
The roles are reversed now because I like the adventure more.
So what would you tell to young people out there who want to follow their passion, and like, for instance, more importantly, they want to follow this path of yours, like the adventure, be it hiking, be it, because I saw you started hiking as well, going to a location and then hiking.
Yeah.
So what would be your advice to the youth out there, to our Kenyan youth?
Yeah, I actually started small. I actually started with hiking. So you don't have to spend as much money as I have at the moment. You can start small, as Imran said, with hiking. There are hiking groups out here that can just fuel your passion as you start out, and it's light on the pocket because you get to experience destinations without having to spend on a car or spend on fuel. Just the experience the nice destinations we have.
And what costed you? What was the cost of the Land Cruiser when you first bought it? How much did you buy it for?
The Land Cruiser, I got it for 1.2 million. It had most of the things. It was already built out. It had new tires. It had the engine was already swapped out, so it was ready to go. What I needed to do on the car was just paint work and the interior, and I was ready to go on the road.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, what are the challenges that you have faced? For instance, like, now you are a big brand, like 96 Lost is known out there, and, and again, like I said, so many people, they're really glued towards your videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what is the biggest challenge in terms of brand and in terms of like, brands, calling you out and telling you, Dan, look, we want to partner with you.
Yeah.
And what are the challenges you sort of face?
Yeah, so the challenges mostly on brands is the brands that don't want to go the extra mile, right? The overlanding thing is not cheap. Like it's really expensive. So I've built up a brand that gets to a very large audience, and most of the brands that approach me just want to showcase their brand without actually
Pumping in the actual money.
covering the cost of
Yeah.
what actually goes into producing such content. And I'm glad we've partnered with Precision because they are doing a really good job.
Yeah, so like we just want to stay true to our word, and like I said, I am really inspired by what you do, and that's why I really want to not just talk, but to make sure that I put in my all in the Land Cruiser build.
Yes.
And make sure that it's a proper proper thing, like exactly what to give you some level of comfort in terms of the overlanding.
Yeah.
And your videography skills are just excellent.
Yeah.
Where did you learn your videography? Like, do you have to be a professional photographer? Do you have to take courses? Do you have to invest in heavy social, like for instance, heavy cameras and all that? Like, for this is for me and the audience as well. Like, for instance, I don't have that gear of of shooting. Like, how did you go about this? Like, where did you learn, and how did you? Again, I know it's about the fearless. You remember the trip we went to Mount Kenya, and you took someone's drone and you like you are flying it. They were really panicking, and like yet they were proper videographers.
Yeah.
But like you said, like, I mean, if it falls, it falls. Like that's the risk you take for you to shoot that amazing content that the public out here and the Kenyans and the public out here is enjoying.
Yes. So I am not a videographer by profession. So I learned from YouTube, from experience, but mostly from experience. So my first videos I recorded on my phone. So you can actually do an entire production on your phone, even if it's advanced or anything. But over time now, I got to learn what I need. So especially on stabilizations, if I'm recording the road, so I needed a GoPro that has amazing stabilization. I got a drone to record the landscapes, and over time I learned to record and to edit my own videos. So I am my own production manager.
So you don't have a man behind the camera, like it's you yourself.
Yeah, the entire production is just me.
Wow, that's like truly inspiring. Truly inspiring. Most of us can't do everything. Like, for instance, I'll speak on my point of view. I need to have like a production team to sort of take it up from where I've left. So especially the editing part and all that. So yeah, guys, you see, like, you don't need so much money to hire a production team and all that. Like, you for the audience, they can easily learn that by themselves. Now that social media is very vast, and there is YouTube, and you can easily go and refer to videos where people are explaining in detail how you are sort of doing what sort of gadgets you need and how to operate those gadgets in the roads or with the government. Like, okay, and what are the certain challenges you face, like when you go to a national park or when you are doing your overlanding trips? Do you receive any backlash, or do you receive any like a barrier to do what you want?
So the barrier is mostly cost. It's expensive to do most of these things. But I found like most of these government agencies like KWS are open to people like showcasing what is available in the parks. I'm actually partnering with KWS to just showcase most of these national parks, even the ones you haven't heard of, just to...
Because most of them hear of Nairobi National Park, Masai Mara, Amboseli, and the Nakuru National, like the common ones, right? Most people don't know there is more to it.
And actually the things you can do in the parks, so people don't know about the campsites and
Under KWS.
Yeah, under KWS, and like most of the things you can see, not just wildlife. There is the waterfalls, the landscapes. Like there is a lot to explore out there, and I would say the highest barrier to entry is the cost of the adventure itself, and yeah.
So you have not received any hostilities with any government agency or the people, like, you're going to different regions. I mean, you have traversed like the whole country.
Yeah.
So there is no like hostilities. You feel that, okay, this is an unsafe area, or that the people, the locals might be hostile to you there. You've never faced any barrier of that sort.
No. So yeah, I have traveled to places that are deemed high risk, I'd say, and I have actually met with people, armed people out there. But for the most part, you will find that people are actually welcoming to guests. They want to show you what they have. They want to, like, they don't have an issue directly with you, if I do say so. Yeah, I haven't received any backlash from anyone, and yeah, most communities are actually very, very welcoming.
So like, this is a very important aspect to the
Yeah.
public, because at times as Kenyans we are so negative and pessimistic about our country, and
Yeah.
we think that there are so many issues that are facing our country, right?
Yeah.
But like you said, and I've experienced this also, because I've traveled like in northeastern, I've gone to western, central, and me being like from the Asian community, I've never faced like something that the kind of racism or a racist slur or anything. You would go there and people will just be welcoming you. One day I was in Rift Valley, deep in the interiors,
Yes.
and I just went to some. So one of my employees was from that area,
Yeah.
and he was a Kalenjin, and we went deep into like his homestead.
Yeah.
And the guys there were so welcoming. I was even offered mursik.
Yeah.
So we drank, we drank that mursik, and I feel that's the cohesiveness of the cohesion between the Kenyan public out here, right? And it's not only politics, or it's not only tribalism or nepotism. There is more out there than the things that we think that define us as Kenyans.
Yeah.
And that's what I appreciate about you. Like, you're going out there and going to different areas and showcasing that Kenya is really beautiful. On top of that there are no barriers, like you said,
Yeah.
So you are showing Kenya in a real positive light, and something that is actually, you have experienced it firsthand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most of the incidences you hear about out here, it's usually once in a while. It's not like every day. It's like you will hear more incidents in Nairobi of insecurity than out there. And what happens out there is usually more of a inter-community thing, where they are conflicting because of livestock or pasture or something like that. So it does not involve anyone who is passing through or something like that. So most of the time when you're going to those places, they're actually more welcoming. And I've said this before, when people meet someone new, it's more advantageous for them to be friendly than to be hostile, because you don't know who it is you're meeting, right?
Yeah, true.
So yeah, you will find most people are actually very, very welcoming, and will show you directions, will tell you places to go and stuff like that.
So Dan, where does the journey end? Like, and coming to a final note of this conversation,
Yes.
where does the 96 Lost journey end? Like, is it Kenya only, or you are planning to go to East Africa, the whole of Africa, the whole world?
Yeah.
Where does the journey end?
It does not end. So just in Kenya, we have so many destinations. Like if I travel every weekend in Kenya, I would travel until 2036 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so there are so many destinations. And after that, we will move on to East Africa, then Africa, then the entire world.
Wow.
Yeah.
And with the same Land Cruiser?
Probably, yes. That Land Cruiser is amazing.
I feel that you have a lot of sentimental value towards it.
Yes.
Like you're really passionate about it, because
Yeah.
I mean, you bought that Land Cruiser with your hard-earned money.
Yeah.
And from me working on the car, starting to work on the car, I can feel that, because you are here, you want to see, like you're really worried about the Land Cruiser. So it's not like something that you have just as a toy, and you can just throw and add another one.
Yeah.
So it's something that you're really passionate about.
It has taken me places. It has gotten me out of very sticky situations, and it is a solid car. Yeah, so the progression of 96 Lost will be throughout the years to the foreseeable future, and I would go to Mars if that was possible. But yeah, the adventure we have, the destinations we have in Kenya alone are so many that it will take so long to cover them all.
So, guys, if you want to know more about 96 Lost, we are gonna post the links, his YouTube links, and you will see his videos and what he does. And if any brand wants to reach out, you can. His contacts are available on X and social media platforms, so you can easily go and reach out to him. And we should really, as brands, and that's why I saw this as Precision Automotive, and trying to build the Land Cruiser. I saw this potential that as Kenyans, what can we do to create more impact, right? To bring about positivity over negativity, to bring about optimism over pessimism.
Yeah.
So on that note, 96 Lost, I'm really happy and I'm really glad to host you.
Yeah.
And I'm truly humbled and truly inspired by your work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I hope we will invite you again to this channel once the Land Cruiser is now ready,
Yes.
so that you can tell us now more about your
Yeah.
excitement.
Yeah, we can say more about the Land Cruiser. I think my choice for the Land Cruiser was because of like the simplicity of most of the parts. It's an older Land Cruiser, so it's easy to get some of these parts even secondhand, especially when you're out there. Like you said, like you can use any car for the overlanding, but the car you choose
Technicalities is what matters.
like the problems, like
Yeah.
it's the problems you're willing to deal with. So
Yeah.
it's not really the car you choose, but it's the problems you're willing to deal with. If you're willing to deal with what problems Defender will bring in futures, just choose that, or Patrol, or whatever car you choose. So it's not necessarily like the specific car that I'm driving.
Yeah. So Dan, thanks a lot for coming, and let's be part of this journey.
Thanks for having me.